Hello, good afternoon to you, and happy Sunday to each and every one of you. It's a great privilege to be hosting you this afternoon, and I am so honored that you chose to join us this afternoon. I've got a brilliant guest this afternoon who will be sharing an incredible story to each and every one of you. Anyone who is struggling, anyone who thinks that they cannot turn things around, this gentleman today has got what it takes to convince you that no matter how tough, no matter how difficult, no matter how challenging your situation is, you can change it. You can turn around and make the right decision. This afternoon, I'm very excited, and I'm so looking forward to bringing to you Alan Chombeng, a guy that I really admire, who from when I knew him to where he is right now, there is a huge difference. It's basically like day and night. You see, I always believe in life that everything we do is dependent on our choices. Life is a choice. Whatever you choose, it is a choice. If you choose to become wealthy, it's a choice. If you're poor, then you don't do anything about it to get out of that situation, then it's a choice that you're comfortable with. Life is all about choices. You see, and from the story of Alan this afternoon, I bet you when you go home, you will be very appreciative, and you will know that regardless of what you have gone through or what you are going through, regardless of what you've done in the past, there is always a time for you to come back. There is always a chance for you to come back. There is more than enough chances in life for you to make a U-turn and take on the right path. Please, it will be good for me to know where you're watching us from this afternoon. Please do share, do share this stream so that we can reach many more people. Remember, what we do here is first, we learn, second, we do, and then third, we teach. You cannot teach properly with conviction if you haven't done it, and you cannot do it if you haven't learned it. So it is very simple. First, we learn it. Second, we do it. And then third, we teach it. If I'm talking about entrepreneurship, it's because I haven't only learned it, I am doing it right now, and I am teaching it along the line as well. And the more I am teaching, the more I'm talking about it, the more I'm bringing people like Alan and all these other incredible gentlemen and ladies that I've brought on board. I learned so much from each and every one of them. You see, and I believe that is the story of life. The beautiful thing about life is this: if you're consistent, if you choose one area, good or bad, and you keep at it day and night, and you don't give up, you will have a break. It doesn't matter how long it takes, you will have a break. You will have a breakthrough. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm not talking about just a small breakthrough. No, you will have an opportunity that God will send your way that will blow your mind away, and you will be like, oh, wow. Oftentimes, most people are not ready for that breakthrough. And so when the opportunity comes, they may get excited by the breakthrough of the moment and so lose perspective. They lose sight of the bigger vision. They lose sight of the bigger goal. And as a result, they go back into the way things were, and eventually they give up. And then they say, well, I tried, and so on. You see, whatever it is that you find yourself doing, you will have a breakthrough. It is simple. It as simple as that. You will have a breakthrough. So regardless of how challenging your situation may be, regardless of how difficult things may be, trust me, you will have a breakthrough if you keep at it. You see, But what I'm so intrigued about this afternoon is my guest. It is my guest. I can tell you, like, this guy, his story will inspire you. It will encourage you. It will motivate you. It will make you to reevaluate your own self and get a new perspective in life. Because in life, we always have choices. We have choices, and life is all a function of the choices that we make as individuals, as communities, as nations. If we make the right choices, then life will be good. Life will be great. If you make poor choices, then obviously you would live in the consequences, which are oftentimes not desirable. Again, please do let us know where you're watching us from. I see Seraphine Chapi. It's good to see you. Please do share the live stream. Great to have you on board. Please let us know where you're watching us from. We want to give a shout out to every single one of you who's watching us. I want to give a shout out to all of the people that follow me, all of the people that give meaning to my work. Because at the end of the day, if I'm here, and nobody's receiving, then I'm just wasting my time and I'm a fool at the end of the day. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who's following me, on the Entrepreneurs platform, following me across all social media. Some of the other social media, I'm not very, I haven't been very active. I just started like a couple of weeks ago. So especially a place like TikTok. So if you can follow me on TikTok, that would be exceptionally great. If you can follow me on Twitter, on Instagram, that would also be exceptionally great. It will be great to have each and every one of you. And this is what I always say, like, if somebody takes time to follow and to comment on my post, it is only respectful that I do the same. You see. So, hey, it's good to see you, Victor from Yaoundé. Good to have you, Victor. Good to have you this afternoon. Please do share our stream wherever you're watching us from. But definitely great to have you. So as I'm saying, like, we're still trying to build audiences, still trying to build what we're doing. You know, hey NK Banks, good to see you. So definitely great to to see each and every one of you watching. Definitely do comment, do like, do share. But again, what we are doing here is to help empower people, is to help empower each and every one of you. I've brought incredible talent here who have shared their stories, with each and every one of you. Hey, Choti, good to see you, man. I need to bring you on board so we can talk forex, man. I definitely have to bring you on board, bro, so we can talk some forex and talk some crypto. But definitely good to see you this afternoon, sir. I really, really do appreciate that. So, oh, you're inviting Choti. Oh, I see. I thought it was Choti that I'm seeing. But yes, definitely, he's definitely invited. Tell him, give him my message. So, guys, please do like, do share. Let's keep on building. Trust me, in life, in business, it's all about building relationships. It's all about building relationships. If there is, a way I can connect you to people that I believe will help you, I will do that without asking you a question. And one thing I realized is in entrepreneurship in Africa, when people have investors or when they have people who can maybe in a decent position, they think that if they introduce others to those people, it's definitely gonna dampen their success chances, and that's a huge problem. But it shouldn't be like that. If you know someone who can help someone, connect them together. Connect them together. This is what life is about. It's about sharing, making those connections, and connecting the dots. So thereby lifting each and every one. I can tell you this: if you connect somebody to someone and they get a profitable business venture, any reasonable human being will remember you. And even if they don't remember you, God will. And trust me, God works in mysterious places, in mysterious ways and in mysterious places. When you least expect it, you will get a reward. You will get a reward. No good deed will ever go unrewarded. I can assure you of that. It may take a little bit of a time, but it will be rewarded. So, however you can to help one person or two, then definitely do so. So, I'm going to try to bring my guest on board. so we can begin our conversation this beautiful afternoon. So I hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday, and I hope you guys are, have had a wonderful weekend so far, and definitely it will be great, to see you guys through to the end. Do share the stream, as I keep saying. Do share. Let's get the word out there. Um, while I bring Alan on board. So, ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, I'm going to bring on board my guest. Many of you refer to him as Maître, but I bet you a few years ago that was not the case. But hey, we give thanks to God. So I'm going to bring Alan on board now. Hey, Alan.
Hi, Mr. Entrepreneur.
how you how you
I'm good.
doing, my brother?
We thank God, bro. We thank God. Everything is fine. We thank God.
Oh man, I really appreciate you for coming on board this afternoon.
Mhm.
I know you've got quite a lot of things and a few things you should have been doing or you should be doing right now. So I don't take it for granted that you're having this afternoon on this particular platform. I know that many people will be blessed by the end of today
Amen.
because I tell every single person your journey should, motivate or help anyone who is going 100 miles in the wrong direction to turn around and make a meaning out of their life. You see.
Exactly, exactly, my
So,
brother.
but how have you been so far? Like, just how have you been so far? How are you enjoying the journey so far? How's it been for you?
Uh, Actually, I must say it's anyway. Maybe it's proper. I start with an introduction. Let me not just consider what you've been saying. I am Chombeng Rene Allen, native of Bafut from the Northwest region. Born and bred in Kuen, to be precise, in Sisiakwata, in the state. You know?
Yeah,
So I always describe myself as from Kuen Park to the world.
yeah. That's a good description.
Yeah, these are things that we cannot neglect, because
Yeah,
where you're coming from is also very it plays a vital role in where you are and where you're headed.
that's right.
Yeah, so I'm just there. I'm done with law school. I'm awaiting my bar exams in the months ahead, and
Yeah.
I'm yeah, something like that.
One of the things is this, like now some people refer to you as Metro, you know, but they have no clue about your background and your journey. And
Exactly.
for me, that is what is most interesting because I have a snippet of your background, you see. But today, for those who are listening to us and those who will watch later on, can you just share a little bit, about your story? Because it's very unique. It is very unique. As much
Okay.
detail as you can,
Mhm.
but at least, being conscious of time as well.
Of course, that being conscious of time. I like the last one, being conscious of time, because without time consciousness, this whole life can only be done on my background.
Yeah.
I was born in PMI in Queen. I attended more than 6 primary schools due to the fact that my dad was a civil servant, a teacher, and he was being relocated, transferred from one part of the city to the other.
Mm,
And I attended, but the primary school that marks my primary school education is CS Bailey,
yeah.
because yeah, it's a CS Bailey that I got my first school living certificate, and I went into college. Started at GHS Bamendankwe, GHS Bamendan Tamulung, GHS Mancon, Hosanna Forbison Bilingual Academy, CHS Bambui, Oxford Comprehensive High School, Yaoundé, Oxford Comprehensive Evening School. Sometimes I had classes in CCC Mancon. Let me leave it for there for the second. It's quite shameful that I can't even pick up all the secondary schools I attended with the count. You know. Then after my because actually being time conscious along this journey, I had about five. I was dismissed about 5 times, and I would like to underline none of them were based on my academics, but based on conduct. Yeah, my five dismissals during my secondary school days came as a result of conduct, and from Form 1 till I finally had my advanced level, I dropped out of school a combined total of 3 times. Each of the times lasting, each of the times lasting at least one academic year, and one of the times even lasting 3 academic years. So
Wow.
you do your maths. If
Wow.
I dropped out of school 3 times with one lasting 1 year, one lasting 2 years, and one lasting 3 years.
Wow.
So
It's
from
quite
Form 1 to
6 years.
from Form 1
Listen.
to Obsith, I lost 6 academic years, and I was dismissed 5 times.
Wow.
Yeah. So after my lower Sith, I went to upper Sith in CHS Bamboo, where I didn't attend school. I didn't even write the advanced level, and I dropped out for what I thought was the final time. And my elder sister, the person I followed directly, she got married to one very great guy, the president of Tarikun Cooperative Credit Union. I'm bringing these details because
Yeah.
they follow me all along.
Yeah.
He got, he got married to Mr. Fru Isaac, who happens to be the present president of Tarikun Cooperative Credit Union. So he came, being my moyo in quotes, what we call it, my
Yeah.
brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Yeah, in back in our Ngemba tradition, when you marry a lady, if the lady has junior ones, it is it is part of the obligations for you, the man,
Yeah.
to take one of the junior ones and sponsor them, be it through education,
Yeah.
be it through learning a trade. So it was quite ridiculous. Back then I was already about 20 years old, but I was older than I was mentally 30, man. One step with transformation is that you can't be completely transformed if you don't want to say the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of the transformation process. That's part of what keeps you going. I was 20 by the papers, but I was more than 30 by my activities, drug addiction, all the stuff around Mobile Quen. We used to stay outside all night. We were in bracket Nangambokos, as you knew.
Yeah.
So, long story short, Mr. Fru Isaac, whom I call my father, my mentor, very smart guy. He had to take me along. He had to do something for me since he got married to my elder sister. So he came visiting in Bamenda. So yeah, 6 academic years actually. He came visiting in Bamenda, and he took me out for when he came to Bamenda. He was always javing, drinking, having fun, merriment. We had a new in-law. So he took me out one day, and we were drinking. And all of a sudden, we're around Mobile Queen, and he told me, as we are here like this, we are going to Yaoundé. I was like, I don't even have my dresses. I don't. He said, forget about that, because I don't know. When God wants a breakthrough in your life, they send you somebody who brokens you without even touching you.
Yeah.
This trust me, this grand frere was and is that only person who I could smoke cigarettes in front of everybody. I never gave a damn. But in front of this man, I was powerless. Yeah, just like that for no reason. So before I argued, he said we are going. Before I opened my mouth, the next time we were around the custom junction, and we're already driving to Yaoundé. I had nothing. I just he said they will send you addresses later, but as of now, because he knew already, he's a very he's a psychologically well level-headed guy. He
Yeah.
knew that go back to get my stuff, I would disappear into thin air,
Yeah.
and I bought it. So long story short, that's how it took me. By the time we got to Matterson, I was already into the drill because he already talked a lot of sense into me. And long story short, we got to Yaoundé, and first thing he said, I've been out of school for 2 years, everything being normal. He will want me to any other reasonable person will want me to learn a trade or something.
Yeah.
From my articulation, from the way I spoke, because I've always been an English language addict.
Yeah.
Yeah, even when I dropped out of school, even when I did all those stuff, I've always been an English language addict with a very strong vocabulary. So he said, when you speak, when you articulate, I see somebody who see, oh, this great nation, something, I mean, to like
Yeah.
participate, you know.
Yeah.
So that's how he enrolled me into Oxford Comprehensive High School, Yaoundé, Biscuiterie. And by then I've been out of school for about 2 years. I was way older than my classmates. I mean, nothing made sense to me. I started, yeah, I got a uniform, and when I talk about Biscuiterie, that's the Anglophone area of
Yeah.
Yaoundé.
Yeah.
Like every day, I met people on my way to school who were like, "Is that not Alain? What's happening?" Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So I took it upon myself. I went back to Oxford Comprehensive High School, but they say, eh, you can take a gangster out of the street, but you can't take gangsterism out of a gangster. Yeah, everything was going on right till we had the 11th February party, as is the case with schools.
Yeah.
Yeah, 11th February. That was during the second term, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, during the second term in Cameroon. So I went for the 11th February party, and they were paying a token. I think it's 300, as is always the school socials.
Yeah.
But that's when everything reappeared to my face. I'm coming in from Bamenda, where we are the street lords, where everybody avoids us, where nobody wants to fuck with us, and you
Yeah.
tell me to get into a school party. Now, I pulled up a fight that scattered everything, scattered the whole school, scattered the gate of the party, made my way into the party, and my demons came chasing once more. The
Ay,
next
ay,
Monday, the next Monday, I was summarily dismissed.
ay. Ay, ay,
Yet
ay.
again, yet again, disgraced, embarrassed. You add any other poor adjectives to it. And when I got back home, my elder sister, out of frustration, said, "You can't come here and spoil my married house in quotes.
Yeah.
That you are going to take back this your nonsense to Bamenda." Man, Bamenda was waiting for me, like waiting in the bad way, like to say you still carry
Yeah.
with you to Yaoundé. I was near frustrated. Back then, that was we are now around in about 2005, 2006, and back then telephones were just coming, and I had laid my hands on a small Panasonic telephone. What happened now was I decided to challenge myself. I took out my SIM card, sold on my telephone in second hand, went back to that Oxford Comprehensive High School, and registered the advanced level with the evening section of that same school.
Mm.
And I came back. Look, I'm cutting this story because I don't want to, but like I said, the truth is very important.
Yeah.
When I was dismissed, I let me go back there. When I was dismissed, I went to the school with a dagger knife to the principal's office that I wanted a refund of my school fees, and that's how one very smart administrator went into my file and they saw the name of guardian. That's where they saw the name of my elder sister's husband who registered me into that school,
Right.
and they called him that your child is causing havoc here in the school. And before I knew it, I was wielding a knife, threatening the whole school, and I heard Allen behind me. And when I turned, behold, it was my paracetamol, as I can say. And he said, drop that knife, and I did. He said, are you having a, because I still came back in my uniform, because back at home, news of my dismissal was
Yeah.
not yet known. So that's how I dropped the knife. He asked me if I had a t-shirt inside my school shirt. I said yes. He said, pull off your school shirt. I pulled off my school shirt, and he took me out. And thank God, it's been God all along, because as we were leaving the campus, we bypassed the gendarme vehicle that had been called for intervention. You know, imagine if my big bro didn't come some few minutes earlier. you know, they could have beaten the hell out of me. So this, my spiritual father, I can never forget. He
Yeah.
has never asked me anything about what transpired, be it that day, be it later, sometime, never. Long story short, I sold my phone. I got myself enrolled in that same evening school. I registered 3 papers at the advanced level. That's English literature, French, and history. That's
Hmm.
A1. Yeah. Now, I was determined to prove everybody wrong. And that's how I worked very hard. I read endlessly. And behold, when the GCE came out, I passed all my 3 papers with very good grades.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Wow.
now, worst part is that everything was not fixed. I went back with all the joy. I went into the University of Chang. I got a house for myself. I registered in the Faculty of Law and Political Science. And that was around 2007, late 2006, early 2007. Yeah,
Hmm.
October 2006, early 2007. And that was the advent of internet games. For the purpose of this interview, I'm going to be calling some stuff by better names, by names that sound better. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm 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 spilling the beans, but in a way that can still be picked.
Yeah.
I'm flushing them down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 2006, that was the advent of these internet games, and I got into it. Being the smart guy from Sisiakwata, before you know it, I laid hands on some cash. I went back home to Bamenda I was celebrating they were celebrating my late dad. There was a funeral celebration of my late dad. So I went back to Bamenda, and that money at that age and at that time got me confused. And I was like, the goal of going to school is to make
What's the
money.
money? Yeah.
If I am making money now, what should
What's
I
the
be going
point?
to?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how I dropped out of the university 2007, and I got a visa for Malaysia, and that's the whole new page of
This is, I know, like it's been incredible because I was in a boarding school, and then when I would come back, then I would see you guys, like Pride and some of the other guys, you see.
yeah,
And you were the first young guy that I knew who eventually had a car in the quarter.
yeah,
And I was
definitely,
trying to wrap my head around, it's like, what is this guy doing that he has a car? You
yeah,
know.
yeah,
And that was when, some of the deeds of Alan, came to light. But
yeah,
I'm always saying this because, you see, you did all of that. At what point did you decide to make a U turn for the better and, you know, You made a final U-turn because there was one time you made a decision and you said, okay, no more to that lifestyle. And from now on, I'm going this way and this way only. What made the difference? What made you make that decision? What
That
changed and clicked?
that is very pertinent, brother Gerard. But uh, decisions like these, they cannot. Let me say, they can. You cannot put a precise and concise date or event that that
Yeah,
that that, that brought decisions like this. Let me just get it straight to you. When out there in Malaysia, I had a life. I went there very young, and I traveled in 2008. I abandoned university. I went to Malaysia by 2008. By 2011, I came back home for my first time on deportation, and I went and I came back second time 2012 by my will, and I went and I was deported. I've been deported 3 times. So one time we had an issue. It was actually something very terrible. I put out this stuff because people know this stuff. I was not isolated. Other people know this stuff. If I
yeah,
dribble this stuff, they can bring it one day in the future, like for blackmail.
yeah,
So uh something happened, one or two things happened back in Malaysia. Some Cameroonians, they had an issue with the Japanese, and in their alterations, the Japanese lost his life. Yeah, true story. True story. The Japanese lost his life, and I was picked. I'm bringing out my story. I don't know if my friends, they are comfortable with bringing out their stories, and that's why I will never mention them. If I've decided to bring out mine, it's not it's not a must to bring theirs out.
yeah,
You understand?
yeah,
So along the line, we were invited for a meeting of all Cameroonians in Malaysia back then, that a Cameroonian has murdered a Japanese, and they want the truth. This, you know how this
yeah.
community meetings are. So one thing led to the other. One of my best friends back then was a suspect because his car, a car that he rented, was found around the vicinity where the murder took place, and he was part of this meeting, and they identified him and caught him. So the meeting was over. I went to my car back out there. I went into my car. I was about to drive home, and police came to my car and said, I will need to help the police with the investigation because after going through one of the suspect's telephone, they realized that I shared a lot of pictures and a lot of moments with this suspect.
Right.
So yeah, so they are considering me a suspect that can aid police in investigation. And before you know it, that's how I found myself in prison awaiting trial. Actually, I attended court more than I attended court more than 21 times in 30
Wow.
days. Yeah, more than 21 times in 30 days. And bear you, I'm just making this story fit enough for our time.
Yeah.
This was this was my third prison, or my third time awaiting trial. So after at the end of the trial, I and my friend, we were found not guilty. We were
Mm.
found not guilty. Five other Cameroonians, because we were seven in total, five others were found guilty. Now,
Right.
during the length of this trial, I lost my visa because
Mm.
when my visa was near expiration, and it expired while I was while I was awaiting trial,
Right.
whi- which meant I have to go back home
Yeah.
alongside my friend. Now, inside our deportation cell, I was there only with my friend, the two only black people. The rest were Bangladeshis, Indians, and you name the rest.
Yeah.
So we were having a chat. This is where I was driving to. We were having a chat, and he was like, I use this today to provoke him. My friend is a well settled guy, by the way. I should pass by that. He's an entrepreneur in Douala. He runs a guest house, which is his own. So he was like, in quotes, Alino, chicks if we gather even small money, go buy bail Okrika, we start life for Cameroon, the prison, the suffer abroad. So, that was, I use it today to mock him because that was nowhere near our level, you know.
Mm.
Yeah, that was just prison for frustration. We were no longer at the level of buying bills of Okrika and selling.
Yeah.
Dude was just he was just frustrated. So at the end of the day, I will be the only one to be deported because as God will do his things, the eve of the day we were going to be deported back to Cameroon, we already arranged our flight. The eve of the day we were going to be deported, this my friend, they came and took him for another crime he committed back in 2010, and he was released on bail, and he ran away, abandoning his passport with the police.
I see.
Yeah, so on the night we were preparing, they just came, pop, 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 they called his name. You have a matter back in 2010, and that's how they snatched him from me, and they deported me alone. I went back home with deportation. I had to put things together. I sold my car. I came back again to Malaysia, and then finally 2015, I got deported again.
Aye, aye.
I went back home. As usual, I put things together and I went to Dubai. And in Dubai, this is already Dubai is early 2016. As
Mhm.
they put it in quotes, in Dubai, I saw Shege.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I saw Shege. Because I am, maybe I never said this, but I'm a look rough, I'm a do things the way I do, but I'm a very, very spiritual person. Yeah, I listen so much to God. I speak so much with God. So 2016, I went to Dubai. It was hell. I was living in a bed space. I told you part of the mission is to say the truth.
Yeah.
I was living in a bed space, 8 of us. People do their stuff, all the things you see, people making love to their spouses, to their partners
Mm.
in the same bed space. I saw all that in 2016. And after
Aye.
all the torments, after all the torments, at the end of my 3 months visa in Dubai, God gave me money again, like saying, take that again, you this prodigal son. This is the last time I'm ever going to bail you out. And that's how I made some money. Let's just keep it at making money. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's how I went back home. I went back home. I told my wife that I want to get into the university. I want to learn law. I want to read law because my elder brother always told me, you are a family lawyer, but you disappointed us. You choose your own road. You
Mm.
don't, but you are, trust me, everybody in the family has the degrees. My elder sister they have doctorates, masters. They are big people around the world. My elder sisters, works with John Maxwell. If you must know John Maxwell.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know him.
My elder
Wow.
brothers,
That's one of
yeah.
my mentors.
Yeah, my elder sister Renee Anita, you can check her up anytime. She's a motivational speaker with John Maxwell.
Okay.
Yeah. So my elder brother Jude, he told me, you are the most intelligent in the family, but we are so unlucky you decided not to attend school. I was making a lot of money changing the family, changing our stuff, changing our house, everything. My elder brother was proud of me, but he saw in me something more than just making money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And behold, late 2016, after coming back from Dubai, I told my wife that, okay, if it if
How
it
old
if
were
it
you? Sorry to jump. How old were
yeah,
you by then when you decided to go back to uni?
definitely. That's why I say something like this needs all the details for the motivational part.
Yeah.
I told my wife I'm going back to the university. My wife said, but that's frustration. I was
Mm.
35. I was 35 years
Wow.
old. I was 35 years old. I told her I'm going back to the university. He said, no, you can't do that. You're frustrated. My own friends, some of them are watching, some of them will watch later. They use the phrase, I put it in quotes, life don't pass that one, it don't frustrate you.
You don't give
Yeah.
up.
Because I was not without bragging, because it's not even something worth bragging. I was not just any other street boy. I was not just any gangster. I was a cartel leader, man. I was the leader. Things happened the way I wanted them to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is live. This is on Facebook. I am responsible for sending more than 8 of my friends abroad when I used to go abroad. Yes. And I thank God today that they are successful in different fields and we are unified in
Yeah.
diverse,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know. Almost every of them, if not every of them, has at least a house and a business.
That's good.
Yeah, I introduced them. I did visas for them with, even if with their money. I brought them abroad and I taught them the game. So at one point, at the age of 35, that's when we were supposed to be getting into the bigger schemes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the ring leader suddenly wants to be a lawyer. He didn't sound well. Like, we were having alcohol, and I'll be
Yeah.
like, bro, I need to go home. I have school tomorrow. They say, be quiet. You frighten who is school. So we'll give you highest 1 month. We'll give you highest 1 semester. No, no, the very
Yes.
soon you go hot for Chang for 2007. So I got back into the university at the age of 34.
Wow.
35, sorry, 35.
How do you feel now when people still equate you to who you used to be?
Yes, on the contrary, I don't feel bad, because I used to make this statement. I don't want to lose my personality while chasing my profession.
Mm,
I want to be Allen and a lawyer. If not,
yeah,
it's not worth it.
that's
If
right.
not, it's not worth it. You can't call any regular lawyer who attended 7 years in the same secondary school, 3 years in a good university in Boya, 2 years in the law school, and became a lawyer at the age of 28. You won't bring them here, because that's how life is normally supposed to be.
Yeah, yeah,
If
that's
I am
normal.
on if I am on this platform, is because I went through life
Yeah,
in a way that is not supposed to be.
yeah. Very
Yeah,
unconventional. Unconventional.
unconventional, rudimentary even.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So about how I feel now, this is the truth, Mr. Gerard, and this is something very pertinent. I don't want the image of gangsters in the heads of our junior brothers, in the heads of the next generation. I don't want them to see the image of gangsters being those holding guns, uh, putting on earrings, having tattoos, and smoking drug on the streets. That's not the image of a gangster I want to implant in the mind of our new generation.
Yeah,
This Allen in suit, this Allen well suited, speaking good English, articulating the law very well, is the image of the gangster I want to put in the heads of our youth. You know,
yeah,
I want them to like understand that you can be a gangster and a lawyer, a gangster and a banker, a gangster and an entrepreneur. Gangsterism does not mean that you wait in the evening in the quarters and you aggress people, you tie people and collect their stuff.
mm.
So that's why there's this word I put it. I am training a generation of corporate gangsters.
I like that.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
So coming back to your question, I don't have any problem when people don't find it normal to disassociate Alan the lawyer with Alan the Malaysian boy, as they used to call me. Yeah.
I see. I see. Like I know you have what inspired you to start, legal facts with Alan, like, because I think it's an incredible platform. I haven't seen anybody doing that. Like, well, I haven't seen, like, in Cameroon. I know, like, out here you've got different platforms where they put legal documents, and but I haven't seen somebody doing it the way you're doing it. You take a subject, you explain it, just you break it down so that the ordinary person will understand. There was one of your posts I read and I was like, oh, okay. So this is what it actually meant.
Yeah, yeah.
What inspired you to start that?
Okay. What inspired me is that I have an I am using my internet savvy experience to my good. You know. Now, this is it. I can put it here because I'm not scared of any competition from other lawyers. You know, in the internal rules and regulations of the Cameroon Bar Association, same as in the Rwandan Bar Association, lawyers are not allowed to advertise their services.
Mm,
Yeah, same
mm,
holds in the UK where you find yourself. Lawyers don't advertise their
yeah.
services. So you can't go on TV or you put a placard. And if you notice, all lawyer signboards, they have the same size. I think the maximum should be 18 inches or something like that. It's in the law. You can't advertise your services as a lawyer. Now, how do people get to know that I am a good lawyer? I
Mm,
can't advertise. I simply exploited one of the loopholes of that law,
yeah.
which doesn't stop you from sensitizing. Since I couldn't advertise, I decided to sensitize
Yeah.
because definitely you don't need a magician to tell you that somebody who sensitizes must
Yeah.
know. At the
Yeah.
beginning of the show, you said the mission of this show is to
Yeah.
learn it, do it, and teach it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have learned it. I am at the level of doing it.
Yeah.
By doing it is legal facts with Chombeng Allen.
Mm,
After, because everything now is pro bono, everything now is gratuitous.
yeah.
But trust me, without being braggadocious, one day for me to be on this program, I must have an alert on my account.
Yeah.
But for now, yeah, yeah. But for
I
now,
like
since
that.
yeah, but now since it's still the proving phase, the working phase,
Yeah.
I am I am very much thankful for you to bring me here, even though I'm doing it gratuitously.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So what inspired me was also the fact that I don't want to end my life as a lawyer in the courts.
Mm,
My ambition is to lecture law tomorrow.
right.
Yes, my ambition is to lecture law. A lot of lawyers, they say after retirement I want to lecture,
Yeah.
but for me, I instead want to practice after retirement. So now this is what is happening. If you, for example, if you have an institution, or if you have somebody who has an institution which teaches law, you know, and they launch a recruitment for a law teacher, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I and I and other teachers will bring our CV
Credentials.
in front of you, and you knowing that I run legal facts with Chombeng Allen, or if I put that as part of my CV, and you come to my page and you see the work I've been
Yeah.
doing close to
Yeah.
2 years today,
Yeah.
I will normally have the advantage over
That's
others.
right. That's
Yeah.
right.
So to me, knowledge is useless if I go 6 feet with it. It'll be
Yeah.
of no use. If I don't teach the next generation, it will be of no use.
That's true.
Yeah, we have people like the late barrister Summers, the big lawyers in Cameroon. They were big lawyers.
Yeah.
They died with all the law. Apart from the small they taught people in their chambers. See, the time in the chambers is not enough, and the
Yeah.
exposure in the chambers, at every given moment you can have maybe say five people lawyers. That's all you teach.
Mm,
But now Imagine, I have about 3,000 followers on Legal Facts with Chombeng Allen. If I successfully at the end of the day teach 100 people, and those 100 people teach 10 people each, and those 10
Yeah.
people that teach 10 people each, you see, that's the vision.
Mm.
I want to spread the knowledge.
Mm. I like
Yeah,
that. I like that.
yeah,
I know, like, I know it's not been easy for you, like on this journey. You know, but you're breaking quite a lot of barriers and stereotypes, for example, about say gangsters, quote unquote. What advice would you give to a youth who is struggling with destructive tendencies? Say some youths who are into like maybe scamming or drug addiction, drug dealing, prostitution, for instance, because you've had exposure to some of these areas, and how destructive it can be, but now you are in a better position to counsel them. What would you say to people or young men, women who find themselves in some of these kind of environments?
yeah, my brother. This one happens to be a very, very beautiful question because apart from being a lawyer, I'm also a social activist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also a social activist. I have a publication on drug abuse and teenage peer pressure. I have a publication on teenage unwanted pregnancies.
Mm.
Yeah, I wrote all this because I myself am a survivor.
Yeah.
I'm a survivor. I, I did drugs for more than 5 6 years, and the will of God plus the fact that I was born a sharp thinker. At one point I realized that the one person who never lacked money was the drug lord, the
Yeah.
bar, as the barons as they called them.
Yeah.
And then at one moment during one of my conscious thinking times, I looked at all of us youths back then who were into drugs. I looked at how tattered we were. We could only wear the least valuable things on our skin. We could only have the least valuable things because we had to sell the valuable ones to get drugs. You know,
Mm.
every day our drug baron was like a god. He was like a god in quotes to us. He appeared with all the good jewelry, all the
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
and a lot of those stuff, we sold them to him for prices that were not even near the original price.
Mm.
So this is the only way, not the only way, the main way that I use to turn youths away from drugs. I
Mm.
just ask them, your baron is building story buildings around town
Mansions. Yeah.
with money that you guys brought it in pennies, you know. And secondly, we live in a generation where we are trying to step down. If you are a real person, you will want to step down. You're not trying because the mantra, the lies they put behind drugs is that they want to get high.
Yeah.
On the contrary, we live in a generation where we are already high.
Yeah.
We are we are even thinking of sitting inside the refrigerator so that we get low. If you are serious, with your life, you don't need any drug to get high.
Mm. That's true.
Without bragging, this is a Sunday, this is a weekend. I've been writing since Tuesday last week for one blog, for part of my books, for part of my webinar, because I have a webinar on the 26th of this month.
Okay.
26th, yeah, 26th of June is World Anti-Drug Addiction and Drug Trafficking Day.
Okay.
So as an activist, I am organizing a webinar on that day. So you see, I don't even have time. I don't even have time. Like I used to. I used to say I cannot sleep without alcohol, but nowadays I only realize in the morning that I forgot to drink yesterday. Yeah, because
Yeah.
because when you keep yourself busy, when you keep your
Mm,
if you walk from morning to 6 p.m., and by 6 p.m. when you go to the gym, you come back, you take your shower, you get your supper. By the time you read through social media and some articles, and you go through BBC, what's happening around the world, you watch the news, you are tired, you sleep,
you're done.
and you are living a very productive life.
Yeah.
So I tell these youth, another thing I tell them is that there is nothing in drugs. There is
Yeah.
nothing. There's nothing. You just ruin yourself. And another technique which has proven to be very effective in drugs is the frightening technique.
Mm,
Like the frightening technique, like bringing people's actual pictures before and after drug.
and after drugs. Yeah.
Yeah, we have this American actor who acted Home Alone back in the days. Should that
Yeah.
be?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You see, drug ruined him. That's just one example I'm bringing. Back in Cameroon today, they are a lot. So my message to my young ones who consume drugs is that there is nothing in drugs, and don't start any drug because it will lead you to the other. Because
Yes.
they always have this clueless defense that no, I just smoke marijuana. It's
Yeah.
just one it helps. Statistics from my statistics that I've been collecting, from my data that I've been collecting, people who smoke methamphetamine or heroin or any other of those drugs started with cigarettes and migrated to marijuana because drug is drug is a it's a ladder of adventure. It's
Right.
it's a ladder of adventure. Drug addicts want to know what's next after what they just consumed.
Right.
That's why
Right.
you see we are faced with with multi consumers. Like back home, you hardly see somebody who sticks on marijuana.
Mm,
There are multi consumers that they take marijuana. Some of them take marijuana alongside they call tramadol.
right. Yeah.
Yes, and they take crack cocaine. They call it ngo and caillou, all those stuff.
Mm,
Yeah. So what I was saying is that what I'll be saying and what I propose is that if a government official happens to stumble on this video, if any of those people concerned happens to stumble on this video, they should know that what Cameroon needs to be tackling today is the war against drugs. Because
mm,
I can possibly and logically link drug consumption to every other thing that is going wrong in Cameroon.
mm.
Students attacking teachers in school with knives,
Yeah.
drug
Yeah.
addiction, insecurity in our regions, drug addiction, the attacks from various fronts on the state, drug addiction, be it at the part of the soldiers or be it at the part of the militia,
Yeah.
all of drug. Because the notion of using drugs today didn't start today. Yeah, back
Mm,
during the Second World War, English troops were amazed by the way Dutch troops fought with all vigor. They were not scared. So when the Dutch troops finally retreated and the British troops went to their place and realized that they were consuming some gin, some whiskey, it brought along the term Dutch courage.
yeah.
Dutch courage to mean you are acting the way you are acting under the
Because,
influence of alcohol or
yeah.
under the influence of a substance. So practically and basically everything that is happening today in the direction of insecurity, it's been mounted by Dutch courage.
Mm.
Yeah, because not
Mhm.
only do they, you see, it's a circle. They consume drugs to have courage
Yeah,
to to have courage to steal, and then they steal to have money to consume drugs.
yeah, yeah. That's a very
So
pitiable cycle, actually.
it's
You
a
know.
it's a very horrible one.
Oh
So
man, like,
I will just tell my people, I will just tell my youth, everyone watching this, don't consume, don't consume any substance. Yeah, I am still trying to quit alcohol. I still get a few sticks of cigarettes when I drink alcohol. Yeah, I'm not a saint. I'm not suddenly a
yeah,
saint. Yeah,
yeah.
I must be truthful.
That's
Yeah,
that's being very honest. Like, I used to. I'm not like a heavy drinker. I don't smoke or
yeah.
anything. Um, but I used to drink from time to time. You see, like up till 2016. So I used to drink like in my 20s. Especially like when you start getting some money coming in, you start feeling like you're on top of the world. But
We've all been down that drain.
so it's like, but I realized like every time I drank, I had this funny headache. Like it doesn't matter whether I drink just a tiny,
Yeah,
half a
yeah.
pint of beer or whatever it is. I had headache. And one
You
day
know,
I was like, this is like, I asked myself, like, Gerald, come on. You want to change things, you want to be different, you want to stand out. You cannot even stand up to alcohol. You're having headache. This is a sign. Don't drink it. How stupid can you be? And then from that day, I told my wife, like, okay, I'm no longer drinking alcohol. And that was it. From then till now. Like from then till now. Because the reason I'm sharing this is because like there are many people who can do incredible things. I had a stepbrother, brilliant guy, smart guy. I mean, man, like he's so smart. But alcohol ruined him. Drugs will always ruin you. Like if you can
exactly,
find solace,
exactly,
if you
exactly.
if you need an extra substance to get courage, then you don't have courage, and it will take the grace of God for you to have courage. You
And
see,
you don't need, if you need something to give you courage, then you don't need courage.
exactly.
Yeah, maybe you are good as you are. If you
Yeah,
want alcohol to have courage, then you don't need courage. If you
yeah.
want alcohol before you can sleep, then you don't need sleep. Yeah,
You
that's
see,
it.
I was listening to Tony Robbins once. Let me just say, I was listening to Tony Robbins once, and he said, you know, it takes a moment of decision making and the determination not to go back on that decision for change to happen. Now, I have experienced that twice in my own personal life. The first one was about this alcohol stuff. And the
Yeah.
second one was when I said, okay, I'm now a believer and now I am now a Christian. Because in the past, I used to say I'm a Christian, but those things, you still slack back and you still go back and you do the funny stuff you used to do, when no one is watching and so on and so forth. And I was on vacation in the Czech Republic, with my wife, and I think it was one afternoon, and I don't know what thoughts were going through my mind, and I just heard that voice, like a voice in my heart is like, "You hypocrite!" My goodness, like it was, I was like
So,
shocked,
so real.
literally, like I was like, "What is happening?" And then I told myself, "Okay, from now on, integrity before anything else." Like, why am I sharing it? Because sometimes people find it difficult to change. But I want to say change might seem difficult, but it takes a moment. Change
Exactly.
might seem difficult, but it takes a moment. And you have to have the courage and the integrity to say, from today, I have changed, and this is who I am. I am no longer defined by who I was. You see, and this is why, like for you, like your courage inspires me because it reminds me of instances when I have had to be like, enough of this and that's it. You see, like also like in the past, I used to be very guilty. People ask you for help, and funny stories. Sometimes the stories are phone, they are phony stories, and if I don't try to help them, I started feeling guilty. Like I'm feeling guilty that I'm not giving somebody money, and like this is a phony story. This is not
Yeah,
the facts don't add up.
they
So
don't add up.
again, decision making is like, you know what? This is it. It's not gonna happen anymore. It doesn't mean I'm wicked, because it's so like I'm sharing it because sometimes people find it very difficult to change from some kind of attitudes and behaviors and so on. And sometimes they say you need courage, you need grace, you need all of this. Yes, you need all of that. But until you choose and say from today on, no more, and you stand by that decision, nothing is going to change. you know
And thank you very much for that. And just to add, if to our followers, I
yeah.
want to say, if you can retain something from this chat, jot this down. Change is for leaders, not for followers.
I like that.
Yeah, change
I
is for
like
leaders,
that.
because once you change, it's either all your old acquaintances will stay where you left them,
Yeah.
or those who believe in your change
Yeah.
will follow
We
you.
follow you. Yeah,
You can
that's true.
never change. You can never change and remain a follower.
That's
Because
right.
if you and remain a follower, you will be tempted to follow somebody who's not yet changed.
I like that.
I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of friends who made it financially more than me. Sometimes, since I got back into education, things have not really been the best financially, but I still pull the strides, and I put myself together. I have been tempted in many instances to go back into the other light because of financial issues.
I was
Like,
gonna ask you that. Like, do you
yeah,
ever face temptations,
I
to
I
go
face,
back?
I face it every time. Like, I face it every time. Like, I was seated here one time, and there's one big brother of mine. He's on another level of mafia. He's based in Kampala.
Yeah.
He like he's francophone. He called me. He said, Alino, tu as toujours été l'un de mes plus grands petits frères. Like, I trust your intelligence. I have this show business in Kigali. You meet the clients just like this, just like this. You are having this amount, and you are having this percentage from it. God damn it. I like my brother Gerald, let me be frank with you. I was I was on alcohol for 2 days.
Just to get it off your mind.
I was like, at the end of the call, I said, okay, vieux, je veux voir ce qu'on va faire. Because let me not lie to you, the instant response couldn't come.
Yeah.
He shared details of the transaction with me, via WhatsApp. There are transactions that in my boisterous days in that field, it's the snap of a finger, and I'll make
Yeah.
a lot
It's
out of
done.
it. Yeah, a lot of money out of it. But now I started thinking about it.
Yeah.
One thing goes wrong,
Yeah.
you are caught.
Yeah.
News goes out.
Yeah.
You are disbarred. You are not accepted into the Rwandan bar. People see the hypocrite that you've been. 3
Mm.
university and 2 years of law school down the drain. What if? What if? What if? What if? The grant started calling me the next day because the business was quite urgent. He started calling me the next day, and I was rejecting his calls. And then I don't know if it's Dutch courage out of alcohol. One day he called, I didn't pick. And then I sat about 1 hour later, I picked my phone, I dialed his number, I said, Vieux, je suis en train de changer ma vie. Je
Wow.
ne suis plus là-bas avec vous. Et je t'ai dit ça. Et tu m'as conseillé, tu m'as même félicité que ce que tu es en train de faire est bien. Si maintenant tu m'appelles encore pour les travaux, c'est que tu m'aimes pas.
Why?
Pardon, papa. Si tu peux me donner, if you can help me, if you can like free will,
Yes.
if you can. something to support my stories, good. Mais si ça concerne encore les transactions comme ça, c'est que je vais seulement te bloquer.
Wow.
The grand, he came back and he replied by text and he said, well understood. Du courage, mon petit. And that's how I walked out of it.
Wow.
That's how I walked out of it.
Wow. That's an incredible moment.
Yeah.
That's an
I
incredible moment.
I have all the stuff, I have all the messages, I have everything. And because I didn't want to delete or to block the grandfriend. No. That's not how
Yeah.
you win temptation. You
Yeah.
don't avoid temptation, you win temptation.
That's right.
If you block him and avoid him, it means you've just avoided that one.
Yeah. But
And
you've
a
also
better one,
created a blockage and a difficulty for yourself in future.
and a better one will catch you.
Yeah.
Because let me not be ranting here on Facebook. It is very, very difficult. Imagine I sit and like you want to get out of this thing, but you are still greedy about the share. And then now somebody rings my number like, Alino, you have a Rwandan account. There's this client who wants to do this. And I say, okay, at least with this one, I'm not a particular. Let me drop an account.
Yeah.
And I drop an account and shares come in and I block 30% and send 70%. I'm not a that is even more dirty to my
That's
integrity.
worse. That's
Yeah,
not integrity.
yeah, you get it's better you even do the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So about that, that's it. I'm still fighting with the temptation. And just to link it to that, maybe you have it somewhere in another question, but let me link it to that because this is only where it comes in. You know?
Yeah.
I had my dreams were to get a measure, to get to specialize in cyber criminality, cyber crime, all those stuff, because I already know the internet very
Ins
well.
and out. That's right.
I know cyber crime very well.
Yeah.
Know regular life very well. So for me, it will just be so simple. But sometimes in life, no matter how you want to change, no matter how you want to hold up your integrity, respect people who've been there for you.
Yeah.
My friends on the other side of the line are not suddenly devils. They are not.
That's true.
They are not. I've just
That's true.
decided to cross the line, you know.
That's true.
So if take for instance, if I become a cybercrime specialist, at one point I must hurt somebody.
Yeah.
Who's a friend to me.
That's true.
Yeah. Because if you bring me an anonymous number anywhere in Cameroon, any person in Cameroon, with the help of one or two communication companies and services in Cameroon, I can always fish them out. Yeah. So I don't want to ever be the Judah to any of my friends. I went in. I decided to specialize on criminal law and medical law. And what I tell my friends is that, like they always say in the neighborhood, hey, my man a lawyer now would work as fine pala of a town, would slap all man for town. In that is that the best image that you can make people to understand that your friend is a lawyer, is about how peaceful you are.
Yeah.
If you are peaceful, you are brandishing me as a good lawyer.
That's right.
It means I've taught you guys well enough not to get into problems.
Yeah.
But if I am a lawyer and my friends call me for their problems every day, it means I am not a good lawyer, because if I were a good lawyer, I would have taught them how to stay out of problems.
That's right.
So I use this to say it again. If you are my friend or my acquaintance, me being a lawyer, there's a lot of money out there if you are a good lawyer.
Yeah.
I don't want you guys to cause any problem before I have money. Yeah. Even if in your regular investments, I will always have my genuine share without cheating anybody, without
Yeah.
sending them to jail. Let's be good like that.
Yeah.
I tell them, I tell them, I am somebody who I don't like to. I have, I'm proud. They say it's not bad to be proud. It's bad
Yeah.
to be arrogant. It's
Yeah.
because arrogance is defined as being unnecessarily proud.
That's right.
If you are necessarily proud, it's no problem. I am a proud guy. I don't want to see myself tomorrow begging a police officer who does not have advanced level. Like I'll be like, "Pardon, chef, c'est mon frère, il faut le laisser." No, I am too educated to beg an illiterate. So don't call me into all those petty stuff where you land yourself into trouble. Call me in stuff that I can defend you in court and win.
Yeah.
Don't call me, let's go and beg somebody because you were wrong. Yeah, thank you.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
I was just gonna, ask this follow-up question because that definitely falls in the category of this question where, like, what are some of the challenges that you have faced so far? You know.
so far, the first one that I'll come back to is the one I posted a few days ago on Facebook. You know,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
invalidation from senior colleagues, and I already feel people already consider me like a threat. You
Yeah.
know, let me make something very well known for you to you. Okay, as I was growing, I came to realize that ladies ladies love ladies love intelligent rascals. Yeah, ladies love intelligent rascals. As it happens on social media, as when I articulate stuff well, when I write, when I say things that make sense, ladies love that. I made my research. You know, it's the same now. I am bringing in this to say what when ladies start loving you, men start hating you.
Mm.
Yeah, you get. Like if they see it in a discussion and Alan's name comes up and the lady says, "Ah, I like that guy, he's intelligent. You see, he's a rascal, but he has his intelligent part, very smart." The guy by the side is already angry.
Mm.
I have that problem in a broad scale. I am
Right.
already, yeah, I'm already feel a lot of people already seem like a threat because yesterday, Madam Delhi of Delhi match, or what they call her page again, Madam Delhi
Yeah.
matchups. That's it, Delhi matchups. She contacted me 2 days ago and said, uh, regarding the Boya 4, the incident that happened in Boya, can I like pen down the charges which the suspects can face and what can be done and what the law says about it. And it was an honor for me,
Mm.
without counting and still without doubting. I know that somebody like Delhi must know at least 20 reputable lawyers.
Yeah.
But the way she coined her message to me, she said, not only do you understand the law, you know how to teach it, you know how to put it in a teaching way.
Yeah.
I don't copy portions from the penal code and paste on Facebook. No.
Yeah.
I do what they call in law, I comment the law.
That's
I
right.
comment the law, and I show how you can fall into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just from the fact that I am being recognized as a lawyer, I'm being seen because I'm doing my stuff. My first challenge is coming because people feel that I'm just from nowhere. One guy, one of my friends, Machine, our brother of late,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
I know
Machine,
you.
he told me something when I went back to the university. It was funny. We really laughed about it, but it went deep into my head. He said, I quote, "Before you want to be lawyer, you go back all money you don't about scammy." You understand? You know what that means?
Yeah.
That is what he said, is what a lot of people feel, is how a lot of people feel, but
Yeah.
they don't even know that that's how they feel. You know, it's like they are now like, so we suffered all our lives, we didn't enjoy your crazy part of life to become lawyers, and now you've lived that other life, and you are still coming to live this one, and the worst part
Without
is that
consequences or
so
whatever.
the worst that you are coming to do so successfully. You get.
Yeah.
But then what can I do? I read a lot. I don't just want to turn my camera. I read a lot. I study a lot. I don't copy portions of laws to paste on social media. I study a lot. I read a lot of law books. Be they be I read law in English. I read law in French, because sometimes I know that during translation, some of
What's yeah.
the meanings, yeah, they lost their meaning during translation. I read. I work so hard. If I am being recognized, it's just being normal. And besides, I'm not braggadocious. I'm still doing my work. So my main challenge now is that people feel I'm too new to be recognized.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
People
But
feel I'm too new to be recognized. If you are a football fan, you are in the UK, you must bear with me in a team like, take for example, Liverpool.
yeah.
They just brought in Luis Diaz. He's a phenomenal player.
Yeah.
Jordan Henderson has been there all along. But Luis Diaz is a better player than Jordan
Yeah.
Henderson.
That's right.
You know, some people were born to do some stuff.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
matter hard work is very important, but there are some things you can't learn more than some other people.
That's right. But
If
the truth
I
is,
decide, yeah, bro,
no, but the truth is this. I just wanted to interject a little bit. The truth is, we live in a social media era where social media tools give everybody a level playing field.
a level
A
playing field.
level playing field.
My one of my idols, Apostle Joshua Selman, he said, "The sky is enough for every plane."
That's right.
Yeah, the sky
That's
is
right.
enough for everything. So what is your problem if I'm flying and doing backflips?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
No, I
Yeah,
like that. I like that.
yeah,
But I just want to definitely like encourage you. This is there's a book I read, a hero with a hero with a thousand faces, or the thousand faces of a hero.
yeah,
It's an
yeah,
incredible book. Like it has the journey of every hero, and in every culture, the journey of every hero is similar. First of all, the hero starts where no one knows him, you know, and then he goes in through like this terrible path without anyone to guide him, where he's trying his own best in his own knowledge and understanding to find, a path that was meant for him. And then when he feels like when he gets to a point where he thinks he's at his lowest, then you get this wise mentor who pops up and guides him, puts him on the right path. You see, he starts going on that path, and eventually things start getting a little bit better. Now, the people who knew him when he was nobody, out of a sudden see him as a threat. Where did he come from? He was nobody. He should remain a nobody, And so they start hating on the hero, you see. But the hero doesn't give heed to what they are saying. He carries on his journey because he's already had now a very clear vision of what he wants to achieve. As he continues on that journey, faith opens up, and brings him people who help him to go even at a faster pace than he was after he got the wise counsel from the wise man. So now he goes, and the people, they still cannot understand why is he even going or succeeding a lot faster or much more than we thought.
yeah.
Then they try even the harder, but the harder they try to pull down the hero, the more or the higher the hero goes. And so it gets to a point they give up, and then they say, you know what, you lead us. Like
Definitely,
it's like I don't like reading thick books, but this is just like a very short summary of that book. Like it is one of the most interesting books I ever read. and it's so awesome. And when you're speaking, I'm seeing what you're talking about because it is the journey of every hero. But
That's
the truth is, everyone can carve their path. Everyone can be that hero. You see, there is no limitation to say only this person should be or can be. We all have the ability within us to be that hero. So there's no need, like, and wisdom eventually will teach you, like, as you go higher in life, as you achieve and succeed more, things like hate, spite automatically falls off of you. I'm telling you, like, the more successful you become, the more humble you become. At least from the people that I know a few billionaires, not in CFA, in dollars. And when you're around them, you see the energy around them. You see how humble they are, how keen they
brother.
listen.
Before you continue, I must say that that one hit me right on the chest. Because I'll repeat here. Why I consider Joshua Selman, Joshua Selman as my idol is because getting up to this stage, my problem was humility.
Hmm.
Problem was humility. I had anger issues. I couldn't understand the fact that back in the university, uh, this lecturer, these small boys, they are ordering me around me that I've been a multimillionaire.
Yeah,
I'm not out here to brag. I'm just being real. I've owned 6 private cars to my name. I've lived my life, you know. But I started following Selman because he is an embodiment of humility. He preaches
yeah,
humility. You know, that's why you see, I can't. There are statements I can't start without. I have these superlatives like with all due respect, respectfully saying these things.
yeah,
I learn those things because what I realize is that people provoke you in a technical way and then expect your reaction
yeah,
to propagate it. They provoked you in a low tone, then you react in a high tone, then they propagate your reaction
yeah.
and don't even see. Like I had one brouhaha on Facebook that got me infamous. Yeah, I think that's a better word. Somebody insulted me and I insulted back, and they put it on all blocks. And so people came and were like, imagine someone who calls himself a lawyer.
Yeah, yeah,
This this pushes me back to one story. My pastor in the Presbyterian Church in Cameroon, Reverend Dorney Peter, he once made a sermon where he said he was sleeping in his room and it was the mango season in Cameroon, and he was in his room having his siesta, and he had children coming back from school and they were like saying, "We'll go cut that mango, it don't ripe." Then one of the kids told the friend that, "But it's not our mango." Then the friend told him that, "Go now, pastor a mango, pastor no fit do man no nothing." Yes, and
yeah,
that's what occurs in life. That's what occurs in life
yeah,
because people think they can throw words at me, and I'm not supposed to reply
yeah.
because I'm covering one lawyer career. Or look, I'm very. I don't. I told you in our private chat that I am humble. I am sometimes I'm selfless, but I don't miss where I need to stand up as a person.
That's right.
I have this my funny quote I said that I say, karma has a lot of work. Sometimes give it a helping hand. Yeah,
That's, I
karma,
like
you
it.
want karma to work. People in America want karma to work. People in Cameroon, karma has a lot of work. Sometimes help karma.
Mm,
Now, I'm bringing all this to tell you that's why you see I am tilting my life towards lecturing law, because lecturing law has less stringent it has less stringent how do you put it, stringent motives or control. Yeah, like control
Yeah.
is better. It has
Yeah.
more less stringent control. If at the end of the day they say that maybe because I was this or I have a tattoo, I can't practice law, very good. I can
Mm.
always look at me. Do you when you see me like this, do I have anything that goes against lecturing?
No, of course not.
And if I am preparing myself because I know the bad thing in Cameroon is that I will say it in the UK, in the United States, in the Western world, lecturers are reputed for being the best lecturers. Like they wrote 50 law journals within one academic year. In Cameroon, lecturers are reputed for holding students back in university.
Yeah.
They will tell you, how do you know Prof. David, this, and that? He decided that one student will not graduate, and the student stayed for 9 years in SUA.
Very
That's
soon.
that to them, that's a superlative.
Yeah.
That's what
Very
I
soon.
don't want. I have my integrity. I'm a very proud person. I do my stuff my way. I want to become a lawyer with the Cameroon Bar Association, but I don't want to give my ass for that.
Yeah.
If it's by meritocracy, I want to merit it and get in there.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
godfatherism, nothing. I want to pass any exam they bring forth, and that's it.
I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I like
bro.
that. I like that. I like that because at the end of the day, there is a tendency, especially like in most African countries, where they always try to stifle people that are bringing ideas that will change and transform, and that
Exactly.
is one of the highest things that kills innovation and good ideas across Africa, which is a very sad story. Just to bring us to an end today, I just wanted you to end by sharing, some of the success principles that you abide by, because again, like your journey is very unique, and I believe there must be some things that are guiding you, right now, to keep on doing what you're doing, regardless of the challenges, the temptations, and the trials. What are some of the values that drive you and the principles that guide you?
Thank you. As you rightly said, you can't live and be successful without principles. I have my
Yeah.
principles. On the top of my principles is having a supernatural being which you believe in.
Mm.
You, I decided to bring it. I decided to put it as supernatural because uh, a lot of people use God in quotes.
Yeah.
Now, I use it as a supernatural being so that no matter the one you choose, it should not be a problem. Extending into this, I will now say, if you choose a being, if you choose a religion, you should learn to be liberal. Don't waste your time trying to disqualify the Muslim religion.
Mm.
Don't waste your time trying to disqualify the apostolic church or the full gospel church. Let me tell you, I'm a religious liberal. I believe in I believe in the principles of this American. They call him Brother Luis Farrakhan. I believe in the principles of Brother Luis Farrakhan. I believe in merging Islam and Christianity all together. You know, I believe in the Prophet Muhammad. I follow I follow the Dalai they
Lama.
call it, yeah, the Dalai Lama, the Tibetan god Dalai Lama. I follow Dalai Lama. You know, I am a Christian. I am a Presbyterian Pentecostal by birth. The church I know is mine is the Presbyterian Church.
Yeah.
But I just told you I have role models in the persons of Joshua Selman. I have Chris Yakilome. You know, I have Luis Farrakhan. I read the Quran. I follow the principles of the Prophet Muhammad. It doesn't stop anything from me. You know, one of my friends told me that. We are out here fighting religious wars that don't belong to us.
Yeah.
Bear you me, you are a Christian because your parents were. If your
Mm.
parents were Muslims, you will be a Muslim.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
understand? So there is no need for me to rise up and start fighting you because you are a Muslim
Yeah.
and I'm a Christian, simply because my parents brought me up as a Christian and brought you up as a Muslim.
You're Muslim.
Like when Rastafari said, we are all vessels. All these various religions are like black drums.
Mm.
Are like drums, sorry, not necessarily black. Like, let's take for instance, Islam is a black drum, Christianity is a blue drum, uh, Buddhism is a red drum. Let's just use that three, right?
Yeah.
Now, if they take pure water and fill all these drums with, when you look from outside, you will call Islam the black drum.
Mm.
From outside, you will call Christianity the blue drum.
Yeah.
You look from outside, you will call Buddhism the red drum.
Mm.
But when they pour all their contents, you realize it's the same water.
The same.
So our mentality is founded on principles that we inherited. That would be my one principle for success. My second principle for success is this: live your moment. History is only important for correcting the future. I don't believe so much in history. You know, I don't want to live my life based on what two late Hayward, Winston Churchill, all those people they did. No, let me be
Yeah.
very sincere with you.
I
Let me
like
be
that.
very sincere with you. Look around the world. History is causing more wars than
Yeah.
present day issues.
True.
You understand?
True.
You cannot say anything about this without going back to Cameroon. We have a war in Cameroon today. Why? Because people are saying that in 1960 we were this, 61 we were this,
Yeah.
70 now came. You said let us be like this, and later on you refused.
Yeah.
I pay a lot of attention to those. You know why? I said let's look at the present day. Forget about what Foncha and Muna and Ahijo did.
Yeah.
Come to the present day Cameroon. Put a referendum on the ground. You who are presently living in Cameroon, do you prefer to live as this Cameroon now, or to be divided, or to get into a federation? What do you think? Let the living decide for them.
Yeah.
We are still being guided by the decisions of the dead.
Yeah.
How do you justify the fact that a 3-year-old girl was murdered in Boya based on the decisions of Foncha, who lived his life and he died even?
That's a good one. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
see, so my principles is that present times should precede history.
That's right.
Yeah, present times should precede history. Look at all the conflicts in the world. If I go to Ukraine, it's history. They are
History.
fighting because of history. If
History.
I go to South Sudan, they are fighting because of history. If I go to the Congo Basin, they are fighting because of history.
History
Everything is because of the idea some people gave.
of dead
They're
people.
based on our own. Third principle in life: integrity. Except for the fact that God is the all natural, integrity should come first.
Yeah.
Yes. Like I said, I left whatever I was doing. I am human. I am not like it's not as if I am born again in quotes. I can condone with my junior brothers, my brothers who are traveling abroad, trying to make ends meet, by going for the bags, as they put it, by making money.
Yeah.
My problem is that money comes in three stages.
Hmm.
The making stage, the transportation stage, and the purification stage. Yeah, I'm very serious about this because I have my brothers, I have many of my brothers who are still into the internet games. Now, if I meet you that you've made, for example, $100,000, and I want to preach my changed mentality to you, am I saying that you should give that 100,000 as charity and start at zero to prove your integrity?
No.
Objection. I'm not saying that. I am saying that if you get your money from the making money stage, and it passes through the transformation through the transportation and transportation stage, which comes back home,
Mm.
then you need to dive into the third stage, which is transformation slash purification stage. What am I saying? Even if you get money in an illegitimate way, make sure at one point the money becomes legitimate.
Right.
Get into a real business. Get into, you must not be a lawyer. It's not because I started by being a lawyer. Run a business, learn a trade, you know, get into apprenticeship, sell a service.
Mm. Mm.
Gone are those days of just having money and consuming it, wasting it because you still go and have more.
Yeah.
Why am I using this strategy? Because this is the only way that you can successfully change. Because once you are still looking for money, you can never be saved. You can never change. But
Mm.
on the contrary, if you invest in something legit and it is giving you money, that might stop you from going out to look
Yeah.
for money
Yeah.
in illegitimate ways.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Then for my educational principle, I tell students this, I tell people who learn from me, I tell them that I can count the number of books that I've read in their entirety.
Mm.
I tell my students, learn how to read,
Yeah.
because because in the educational world, in the world of books, from my experience, from whatever I learned, a lot of writers have this malicious practice of duplication, repetition to gain volume.
Yeah.
You get a point? To
Yeah.
gain volume, you see a book with an abstract of about 15 pages.
Yeah.
Go inside, then you go inside, you realize that that complete abstract is copied from chapter one,
Right.
and it is still maintained in chapter one.
Mm.
And an author will say one thing and use 13 examples to justify that same thing in 13 paragraphs, thereby increasing the volume of the book without increasing the knowledge.
Yeah.
So
Dispense.
what I tell people who follow me is that let stuff like that, things like that should not bother you. Let me show you this. Maybe you get to know what you get to get. Okay, see this. Look at this volume. Have you seen
Yeah.
this volume?
Yeah.
The book is dispute resolution,
Yeah.
negotiation,
Moderation,
mediation,
moderation,
and
arbitration.
other processes.
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah.
This is a very voluminous book. But after this, go to my page and see what I wrote on negotiation, mediation, and arbitration. How can you justify to me that those three principles carry the whole of this book? Is arbitration not is mediation a method by which you bring in a mediator to talk to two parties? you cite some examples and what needs to be done during mediation. So that is the principle I'm bringing. Read quality, not quantity.
Yes.
I
I
think
like
that should
that.
be, yeah,
I like that. I
yeah,
really, really, I really appreciate, your time on this platform today. And I have learned quite a lot, because to be honest, sometimes you can think you know the story of a man until the man tells you the story.
exactly.
You see, you can only assume that you know a man, but when you meet the man and you hear from the man, then you see, because I can say I believe like I knew your story, but it's nothing close to you telling your story. No one can tell your story
That's
but
it.
you.
That's it.
And and
And
and
and as we first one to our discussion before this, uh, I am I am writing an autobiography titled Allen.
okay,
Yeah, I'm writing an autobiography titled Allen, but it's something we can't rush with because
yeah,
the autobiography, the publication actually actually makes sense when this character, when the protagonist Allen becomes a lawyer.
that's right.
Yeah, so there is there is no way I can complete the book before time.
That's right.
Yeah, until
That's
the
right.
protagonist gets to the other side of
Emerges
life.
as a hero.
Exactly, emerge as a hero. And when you were talking about heroism, about heroes, I thought this: you can you can make yourself a great man, but only life creates heroes.
Mm,
You can make yourself a great man, but only life creates heroes.
mm.
Because take for instance, you can't decide to fail, you can't decide to drop out of school for 6 years and get five dismissals so that you end up as Allen.
That's right.
Only life
Yeah.
does only life does that. But on the contrary, you can decide to go to school and become a professor. At the end of the day, you are very serious and you are a great. So that's why I said you can propel yourself into being a great man, but only life can make you a hero.
Mm, I like that.
Yeah. Thank you
I
very
like that.
much.
I think definitely that's one that will stick with me.
Thank you.
I want to thank you, but before you go, what can people expect from you moving forward? What can the audience expect from you moving forward?
Uh,
Apart from
I,
your book, I know you've got your autobiography coming up, but what can people expect from Med?
yeah. What people should expect from me, and which I know God being my helper, keeping me alive, is to one day celebrate me as a great law lecturer and lawyer. About a lawyer, I can't, like I said, I can be a good lawyer by the books, but if the cases and the courts don't go by me, there will be nothing I can do. But about being a great lecturer, I can hit my hand on my chest that I'll be a great lecturer because
Yeah,
I am prepared to read, I am prepared to learn, and I am putting my pedagogy in place because that's also one thing. You can know everything, but you don't know how to put it out.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
while learning the law, I am learning the pedagogy of the law. I am learning how to bring the to the lowest people. This idea of legal facts with Chombeng Alain. You realize that we got into a generation where the the average youth spends at least 3 years combined of their time on their mobile phone daily.
Yeah.
And of these 3 years, you realize something. It's Facebook is like the America of social media.
It
Yes, let me
is.
put you.
It
There is
is.
there is Facebook. There are other apps because
Yes.
some people they will wake up and think that it's a lot of maturity to log out of Facebook and I only do Instagram nowadays. You see,
Mm.
every day on Facebook, we get screenshots taken from Instagram, we get videos taken from TikTok, we get screenshots taken from uh, Twitter.
Yeah.
Whatever you are on any other
Platform.
social media, if you don't come to Facebook, you know you are conscious.
Yeah.
Many
Yeah.
of them are hypocrites. Those that say they've locked, they are there, they spy, they see everything. They will watch this live video, but they'll go back to pretend that they only do other platforms. So
Yeah.
I brought it on Facebook because I know it's the junction, it's the Carrefour. So like I was saying, yeah,
Yeah.
like I was saying, expect a law lecturer in Chombeng Allen anytime soon, because I'm already God willing, thank God. I'm already getting calls. I'm surprised. A lot of people are already want me. They are already prepared to give me teaching roles,
That's good.
because the difference what people should know is that I simply reversed life. It's not as if I was late on life. I
Yeah.
reversed life, because when you finish university at 25, 20, at 24, 25, 26, you go out and learn life.
Yeah.
But I learned life the whole time and then came back to the university.
Your education. Yeah.
You understand? So
Yeah.
it's not like I don't even see why people should be. I am just using the education I got from the university to to understand the things that I've been seeing in life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everything I saw, people have been seeing it practically.
Yeah.
Imagine somebody who's awaited trial over 3 times, been in deportation camp, police talk about. So when I went back to law school, like when they were teaching illegal detention,
Yeah.
uh,
You knew
remand,
it.
when they say illegal detention, remand, all those things, I was just
you you had experienced it.
flashback. That's it. Because not to brag about, even before leaving Cameroon, before leaving Bamenda, by then Bamenda used to have a combined total of 9 police and gendarmerie stations, and I had a record of having been to 7 of them. Yeah, so we were into everything. We were being raided at gambling sports. We were being raided for street fights, for everything. So I've seen all that. But
Yeah.
now I want to give back to my community.
I like that. I
Yes,
like that.
I will lecture law in schools. I will hold seminars everywhere in Cameroon, especially seminars against drug addiction. I just want to enjoy, because I'm already calling this my retirement. For the record, I'll be 39. I'll be 39 in 2 weeks, and
Oh, that's
I am
great.
I'm already having my retirement. I lived my
Mm,
life already in Asia and in the Middle East.
I
So for
like
my
that.
retirement now, I want to give back to my community.
I like that. Thank you very much, Alan. It was a great honor to have you share your story with us. And I just want to thank you for taking out the time. I know you're studying for your bar exam in 2 months.
Yeah, yeah.
It is my prayer that it goes very well with you. So definitely we need you. Like we need you as a barista. We need you as the example for many others to see that they can turn their lives around. It doesn't matter how far deep you are into whatever you're doing, you can reverse it. And you can definitely make something meaningful. And definitely we're going to keep in touch. If there's any way we can, I can help, definitely you can count on that. And I'll reach out with you. There's many opportunities we can explore, but I just want to say thank you, and
Thank you
I
so much.
celebrate you, man. I celebrate
Thank
you.
thank you for bringing me on here, and to all our viewers, thanks for your time. And The general word is that the general mantra is that it's not only about being a lawyer. Just correct your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, because some of you, you are not where you are supposed to be. You are not where you are supposed to be. You might be putting bread on your table, but whereas you were designed to own a bakery.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
look to the right direction.
That's
Look,
right.
if you look, don't get comfortable. Don't get
Mm.
comfortable, because I tell you the truth, if it was all about making money and making life, I could have never been a changed person today,
Yeah.
because not I was not a mediocre hustler. I was a good hustler. I could make money from a hustle.
Mm.
So that's just it. Thank you, brother Gerard, the
Thank you,
entrepreneur. And
man. Thank you.
in
Thank
touch,
you.
as you said. All right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wishing you all the best, bro. We'll speak soon.
You likewise.
All right, guys. Good to see you guys. Hello, Priscilla. Good to see you. Elvis. Good to see you. Dr. Rogers. Good to see you. Metro Pierrot. Good to see you. El Ask. Good to see you. And thank you, every one of you. Ashu Billy. Good to see you. Thank you guys for watching. Um, Mark Polycarp. Good to see you. Princess Eugenie, good to see you. Tapong Festia, good to see you. Guys, definitely, I thank you very much. Mr. Love, Chiaga, good to see you. Unfon Dilan, good to see you. Um, Delphine, good to see you. Welcome, Delphine, good to see you. Be Dictarine, good to see you. Seraphine Chappie, good to see you. Good to see each and every one of you. I just want to say thank you all very much for tuning in this afternoon. I hope you guys learned something from Alan today. Like, again, his story inspires me. And I just want to say this, in life, it doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter where you find yourself. You can always make something out of your life. You can always turn around. You can always make something meaningful out of your life. And Alan has showed us today, and you have heard his story, his journey. He missed 6 years. Can you imagine? 6 years. Was, in prison awaiting trials 3 times. My goodness. Dismissed 5 times. Think about that. Think about that. How much more challenging does life have to get, for a single person? But where is he today? He's finished his law school. He's awaiting to take his bar exam. And I'm very confident that he's going to pass and he's going to become a barrister. So, guys, I wanted him to share this story because I've been on a journey myself, and I'm sure you've been on a journey. And it's not always going to be easy. If you heard me share the story of a hero, this has been my story as well, and it has been the story of many of you. But one thing I want you to know is this: never you give up. It doesn't matter how hard, how difficult, how challenging, it doesn't matter what people say about you, what people say of you, it doesn't matter. Just hang on there. And the beautiful thing is this: God has made it in such a way that the people who get rewarded in life, in anything, is the people who stay on it and they keep on at it. You see, one of my favorite verses in the Bible, it says, the same Lord is rich unto all, to the poor and to the rich. God made all of us equal. But if you see somebody making it in life, it is not, that person is putting an effort into what they are becoming, because God is equally fair to all of us. God loves all of us. So he has given us an environment where we all can become what we can become. He has given us an environment where we can all grow to succeed and become whatever we choose. Now, that choice, God cannot make it for you. You have to make it for yourself. You see, if you want to become great, then you've got to make the choice. If you want to become exceptional, then you've got to make the choice. And you have to do what exceptional people do. You've got to do what great people do. You've got to do what, successful people do. You have got to make that choice. Now, it's not always an easy choice to make, and it's definitely not an easy, thing to defend that choice once you've made it. But once you've made it, if you have the firm determination within your heart to stay at it, work at it day and night, you will make it in the end. So I just want to say thank you again very, very much. And, I'm going to stop here for today. I'm going to bring you an incredible guest this coming week. So I hope to see you again. If you're not already following us, if you're not following me, please do follow me on Instagram, do follow me on TikTok, on Twitter. I am on TikTok or Twitter or Instagram as the enterpriser, so basically the entrepreneur, but the enterpriser is how you're going to find me. So I just want to say thank you. I appreciate your time. I appreciate some of you have you had to buy data to follow this stream. I appreciate that. I don't take it for granted. My job, my addition, my added value to you is bringing people to share their stories with you, so that you can learn. You can also get a principle from somebody that may, like this, change something about you. This is why I do this, you see. And I know not everybody is going to have, the money to attend seminars or events. So that is why we created this platform called The Entrepreneur. I say we because it's a working relationship between me and you see. So when you share content, when you get this information out, you're actually helping somebody else to be educated about things in life. We bring people here to talk about investment. We bring people to talk about entrepreneurship, to share their stories. We bring people to tell you how difficult it was and how they made it, you see. And I will be having different sessions: how to raise capital. How do you actually raise capital as a business person? How do you actually sell a product when you've got a product? How do you create a social media following and monetize it? So all of these topics are things that we will be covering as time goes on. You see, some of this you pay a lot of money for, but we're going to do it for free because we believe in giving back. So guys, I just want to say I appreciate you. That is why I'm telling you this. I appreciate you. And the same way to reciprocate is by sharing our content, liking us, liking what we do, and just spreading the good news. So I wish you all very, very well. Until I see you next time, I say God